So the Acolyte. You guys know that the show has been pretty
Terrible.
Most people don't like it. There's what frustrates me about the show is there are parts of it that I'm like, man, this fucking choreography is great. And like the shots are cool and the locations are cool. Wasted on a series that just is not good. It's just
the story goes absolutely fucking nowhere.
Yep.
I don't care about any of the characters. A lot of people are pissed off because they broke canon, but I really don't give a fuck. Kiadi Mundi, who the fuck cares?
well, he doesn't know about the Sith, so it's still
they've been extinct for thousands of millennia.
a millennia. I believe he says a millennia.
Whatever. But I mean, it's a lot of people that were in it were saying that people are being biased against women. And to me, it's not that. It was poorly written, poorly acted. Like I said, the story goes nowhere. It's in the people that are in it. I've seen them in other things. They've done much better acting in those things. And I say, what the hell happened? So I guess I should say it was also poorly directed.
I feel like the story focused on this twin story, right? From the jump, obviously, like they're supposed to be your main characters or whatever. I cared the least about them out of anybody in the series. Like, I genuinely think they were the worst characters.
I also have an issue in the finale that Soul was like, "You're not twins. You're the same person," basically, and they chose to use two girls that look so fucking different when they were little, being the same person.
They could they should have used the same kid and just doubled her.
Yeah. Yep. Basically what they did with the adult version.
Yeah. What about you, John? How have you felt overall about this series?
There are a lot of things wrong with it. I mean, like, I like the lightsaber fights, right? For the most part, I think they looked fantastic. I think they did a decent job with it, right? Master Trinity going ahead and turning off the power of many with just a fucking flick of her neck, right? And just shutting him off. I'm like, I thought the power of many was supposed to be something fucking to behold, and all of a sudden she's just like, "You're off. Have a nice day," right? The bleeding of the kyber crystal kind of doesn't really work for me, right? Because I did a little deep dive on this. Apparently, it took Vader quite a great deal of effort to go ahead and bleed his kyber crystal, right?
Yeah, didn't he have to kill about like
1,000 kids?
50 younglings?
And he was on Mustafar when he fucking made it. So, and she's just like, and it's done. I'm like, yeah, about that. That's not, maybe you're way angrier than Vader was. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there, right? I don't know. Wasn't very well. wasn't very well done. I don't think it was well directed.
I think it's I think visually it was cool to see the trickle of light change in the crystal and then see the whole thing like go red. I thought that was visually a really cool cue.
Yep.
But I don't know.
You want to talk about visuals? What the fuck are those little egg-shaped creatures on the fucking mystery planet that Darth Teeth lives on? And why do they keep showing up?
They need to show that there's alien life out there. These can't just be uninhabited planets.
Like, so, porgs. Everybody fucking hates porgs or loves porgs, whatever. Do you know the reason why porgs exist in those movies?
To cover up real birds that they were filming.
To cover up puffins, because the puffins wouldn't fucking go away.
Yep.
So they said, fuck it, porgs. I don't know why they couldn't just be puffins, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because puffins are cool looking.
Better than the horses in fucking Rebel Moon. It's a horse with a thing on its head. That makes it alien.
Anything in Avatar where James Cameron just says, add an extra set of legs. It's alien.
Yeah. It's a viper wolf. Why? Because it's got an extra set of legs. I do like Darth Teeth. I think that this dude was the best part of the show once he came in like full full frontal. No, as soon as he came in, as soon as he came into the show for real, I was like, all right, this dude's interesting. And he only had like 2 episodes to really prove it. But he was badass. I thought he was fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his wardrobe though.
No, he's literally in a black trash bag.
Yeah, in a black trash bag. But they had to show off his muscles, which I mean they could have just waited and done it in the scene where he goes skinny dipping in the tidal pool.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I just feel like for Sithness, I feel like that like the
Very
outfit
Sithness
that
to you.
Yeah. The outfit that OSHA puts on after when they finally leave to go find Sol and May, like, is more Sith-like than his trash bag.
Totally. I would say I want to say the outfit he was wearing underneath the trash bag was more Sith-like too, and then he fucking puts the trash bag back on. But yeah, no, it's a weird fucking look. That's for sure.
I know something that I think you guys had talked about in the past, but that you didn't like, but the light whip. Right, lightsaber whip, right? I know that in non-canon sources and stuff like that, they had talked about those things being pretty old, like extremely old school, right? I was excited to actually have seen that something outside of the normal just lightsaber, just like when you have that shorter lightsaber that he has in his hand there. I dig the variation on it, just in general. Like when we first got to see the cross guard for Kylo Ren, like I dug that. I thought it was fantastic. Same thing with Ray Stevenson's character, Balin. Yeah. Like he's got a hand and a halfer, right? Again, I think it looks great.
But how do you feel about Count Dooku's hilt?
Actually, not bad. Like I like the fact that it's
a little
solid.
flair to it.
Yep. You know, it's like overall, I like the fact that I think the thing that I enjoy right now is that they're starting to go ahead and show different variations of lightsaber weaponry, more so than other things. I mean, like I said, we could bitch about the acting, you could bitch about the story, you could bitch about X, Y, or Z. I want to try to focus on something that I think is at least a small positive.
I honestly liked when Darth Teeth first shows up and that whole group of Jedi take out their lightsabers. There were quite a few yellows in there, which you don't see very often.
Yeah.
Yep.
Temple Guard sabers, but they're or are those the white ones? I don't remember. But I have a question about this though. So really quick. So Darth Teeth, he's got the big lightsaber here, and he's got the little fucking dagger that he sticks underneath. When Saul cuts the lightsaber in half during their fight, he cuts it in half right at the hand point right here. Where he's holding the big lightsaber. Why didn't the little dagger still work?
I don't know, because you have to assume that there's 2 Kybers in there.
Yeah.
In order to be able to do that. So
100%.
2 Kybers, 2 emitters. All right, fine. Why didn't you just go get the other part and go beep?
Yeah, like the second that
it has a little dagger.
Throwing it away and just have it I'll just come at you with the dagger.
So you want to know what else pissed me off? Right after that part, when Sol gets killed, he starts getting choked, and she's just standing there with her hands down by her side, and then she lifts her hand up, and the way she was holding
the worst force choke
was
of all
this.
time.
I'm not a huge fan of the Vader choke where it's like this, but at least that's fucking how you choke somebody. But it was just kind of
take it, my strong
hand. Take my strong hand.
Even when she finds, which is exactly what I felt it was, Duggan. I felt it was the little hand from that movie, and she's like, yeah, and then eventually she just goes yeah, and it's it was she was trying to pick up a piece of dog poop, but she didn't really want it to touch her fingers. She was
but then it finally touched her finger, and she said, "Fuck it," and then
and it's whatever. But the dare was squeeze some dog shit, but she loosely picked it up. It was just I don't want it.
If there was ever an analogy about this show, is squeeze dog shit.
I saw
hey, OSHA, really... I dare you to pick up some dog shit.
I like the white dog shit, Mr. Godaki.
Wait, hold on. I'll come back to it because I know you have.
Are there any episodes worth
one
watching?
Other thing.
I think there were. I didn't just. I didn't despise the season finale. I think there are some parts of it that are really good. The episode 5, where the
Is that
Sith,
night?
yeah, where the Sith is killing
Yep.
all the Jedi. That was
good.
fucking sick. That
That
episode
was
was
a
really
great
good.
episode. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
even the episode after it was pretty good. The one where it's like it picks up on the beach with him, and he's like trying to like goad her into being. Or is that the episode right after? Or is that the one after that? I don't remember. But basically,
There was another flashback one, another full fucking flashback
horrible.
episode.
Both flashbacks were useless.
Both flashback episodes were stupid.
Yeah, no, the series.
And you
series,
should never do a fucking flashback as episode 3.
never.
And that's why I don't care about these fucking people.
This was cool. So in the final episode, this lightsaber fight between Saul and Darth Teeth was really good.
Is he pregnant?
Yeah, he's
He
in
looks
a movie.
He looks it.
Well,
Then,
you missed it. You weren't listening to Doug. We were like, why is he in a trash bag?
Yeah.
I had a football coach that used to wear that during rainstorms.
Like a poncho.
Yeah. Well, trash bag, actually.
I really there were some cool moves. I really liked when Soul's chest kick was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the part where he was trying to bring the saber to his helmet to stop it, and then he shut it off and
Yes.
did whatever.
It's so that move, because I watched that this morning, the actual episode, or yesterday, I think. And then this morning I saw some like highlights of it, and I realized when lightsaber switched, I'm like, what the fuck's he doing? Like, you don't want to have the opposing lightsaber near your own face, but then he's pushing it towards the helmet. And I was like, oh, that's genius, because that disables the lightsaber.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I mean, I'd say the finale was pretty cool. You forgot to mention this.
I was saving him for last, but yeah.
I'm honestly surprised.
Well,
Did you watch the end credit scene, Kevin?
The one where it shows Yoda's ears. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, this guy, Darth Plagueis, supposedly, that's got to be who it is, he's brought up in the prequel trilogy as being
Have you heard the tale
of Darth Plagueis?
Plagueis?
Yes. So he's Palpatine's Sith Lord, or his master, basically. At least he gets killed supposedly during the events of Phantom Menace. He gets killed, but this guy has been like, people couldn't wait to see this fucking dude pop up. People who love Star Wars lore and shit, and then he just pops up in this episode, peering out of the cave like a fucking creeper, like as Osha and Darth Teeth are like, let's go fucking walk on the beach. So
Purring.
yeah, he just comes out of the cave and watches them. It's very weird, very unexpected, and they don't go back to him. Why wouldn't they go back to him? I feel like
Because they're hoping for a season 2.
yes, but don't you think showing that character, having him have a couple lines of dialogue, and like ending on him would have been the thing that people are like, all right, I didn't love this show, but I kind of want to see Darth Plagueis in the next season.
No,
that's
but
how I feel.
Instead, they ended with a.
Ooh, lied to me, you have. Oh man, he didn't look young. Yoda didn't look too young. I know it was like 200 or 100 and whatever odd years earlier, but I thought he would look a little younger. He still looked like old Yoda.
They're still using the same puppet from 1979.
Careful with your fingers.
Oh,
My holes are old. Old my holes are. That was better.
Last thoughts on the Acolyte, though, really quick. Do you think the show is going to get a second season?
Hopefully not.
it's a tarot read.
One terror read.
One Tara Reid.
One Terra.
I don't think it would be a second season of the Acolyte. I would hope that they
Can
do
spin
kind
it
of
to
a
new
spin
show.
off into a new show with fucking somebody else writing it, for the love of God.
Yeah, I think that absolutely is the case. I think that depending on how many views the show has had, I think that they could potentially spin it into something else. But you gotta bring a whole new writing staff on, a whole new creative team, because
Mhm.
Yeah, shit
it
can that
was
one that they have
a
now.
miss. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you like what you saw here, make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to grow this channel and every single subscription helps. You know what else helps? Clicking that like button. Click that notification bell. That way every single time that we drop a new bit of content, you get notified about it. If you like these conversations and you want to see the full unedited versions of them, make sure you go over and check out the Random Things podcast. We go live every Thursday night and it gets crazy. We'll probably get canceled before we get too big.